That's another great question.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
Hello, folks. It's Patrick Gorman.
Hi, this is Jake Busey.
Hi, this is Bruce Boxleitner.
This is Tom Vera from A Gettysburg Christmas.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
And you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg. I'm glad you're listening. Thank you.
There's a devil to pay.
Did you say Ed Lincoln?
Good night, everybody.
Bonfire.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg Today.
I love this podcast.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Bullshit.
That's awesome.
All they need to do is roll rocks down on it.
There is no time. I have told you there is no time for that.
All right, relax, Robert E. Lee. That joke's not 100 years old. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Addressing Gettysburg Today. Ronnie is back.
Hey.
And she is here in the studio with us. This is your first show in the studio, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, how's it feel?
I think I just
You just broke it?
I just broke that.
What'd you do?
I don't know, that pulled up.
Oh, God. Oh, God in heaven. No, now you...
I did break it. Hold on.
So pull that up, yeah. And now you got to hold it up until it catches. Did it catch?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, very
All
good.
right. There we go.
All right, so let's start
New
again.
equipment.
Ronnie's back. Ronnie's back in action here, ladies and gentlemen. And how's it feel? What do you think? What do you
I
think?
like it.
It's not done yet.
No, I'm getting a really bright spotlight effect.
You're gonna
up
have to
there.
start wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
I think, and then yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really come out too much in the recording, but I can hear a little bit of a room echo, and I think it's because I gotta do some more. I gotta buy some more panels and put them up and everything like that on that door too, because my
lot of
voice is
panels.
bouncing off that door. Yes, it takes a lot to kill an echo in a room. So here we are.
This is neat. How about it?
Yeah, and then it's nice. We got Debbie Jones filling for Colby again over in the control room there. Hey, Debbie.
What's up?
Not much. How are things with you?
Good.
Good. Anything new and exciting to report in your world?
Not particularly.
Okay. All right. Well, if you ever come up with something that's new and exciting in your world, let us know, okay?
Will do.
All right, just jump in. All right, so now... what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So we don't really, like I was saying before, so I've been doing these things where I drive around on YouTube.
Yes, let me ask you about those. So I don't get to see them often because you're doing them when other people actually work.
Have jobs.
And, support themselves.
But you'll be surprised. I had 1,000 views the other day, which had to be like from a bot farm or something.
Hey.
I mean, right, exactly.
Don't look a bot farm in the mouth, right? So have you thought about turning your...
Okay. Someone commented about that.
Okay.
Because I hate portrait.
Just the sliver.
I
It's
hate
just the sliver.
portrait. I hate it.
Yeah.
I can't stand when people make videos with portrait. I know it's easier to hold the phone in your hand, but it's not easier to view. And you can get more in the shot if you hold it landscape, which is what you're talking about. Problem is, YouTube doesn't allow you to do that.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't understand why. It's a video platform, and you would think, because here's why. I think they're trying to get everybody to do shorts or reels.
Yeah.
And I think it has something to do with that. I don't know why they wouldn't give it, because Facebook gives you the option of turning the phone either way. And when I used to do them on Facebook, I would do them landscape because you get the whole view.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. Every time I do it, it says...
I was going to push back on that a little bit because I watch poker videos, right? And obviously the guys are recording their hands at the table, but that's the difference. They're recording it. They're not live streaming.
Oh, that's a complete difference. Yes. If I recorded it, then I have nobody to talk to. That's the problem. I talk to the audience.
What if you got something like a GoPro or something? Can you live stream with something? I don't know technology, but I mean,
I don't know it either that well, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it. I'm looking to get. I have an idea for a video series, and I need about 5 GoPros in order to do it right. And so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 GoPros, and a 360 camera.
Wow.
Yeah, and that ain't cheap.
No.
So I'm saving my pennies, literally pennies. So probably by 2030, I'll have the money to buy them all, and then
Right down the road.
yeah, and someone else will have already come up with the idea and done it in the meantime. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But yeah, I do. I want to do it as landscape. I think landscape looks so much better. But
There's no way to override
no,
it.
I mean, not that I've
Fascinating.
figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody in the audience would know, but I don't really know.
It's really wild.
Pardon me. I took a drink of my water there. Well, anyway, so I was doing a thing today, and I was telling everybody, there's really no huge agenda for the show today. So you got to leave at what 6:30. And what are you going to?
So the Adams County Historical Society does periodic Thursday evening programming, and tonight they're actually going to be talking about the POW camps.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's Pine Grove Forest.
Furnace?
Is that what it is?
Oh.
Pine Grove. And
I don't know. I haven't heard the lecture yet.
I think. So I'm it's something I don't know anything about, and I'm super excited to
Yeah.
talk about it. So that's why
I'm sure that's going to be on their YouTube, right?
I would imagine, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it
They
later.
put a lot of their stuff up, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I wanted to go to that, but Cindy and I have plans right after this, so I'm not going to go to that. But I will watch it on the tube of you because that is interesting. I did want to go see that. But
there's some neat things coming up. I know Wayne Motts is going to be doing one. Don't quote me when. Sometime in August or something about like the connections with Vietnam and Korea here. There's just some
to the cemetery or to the Battle of Gettysburg?
I think to just Adams County in general, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And there's just some interesting things that are non-Civil War related that the Historical Society is kind of, I wouldn't say branching out into, right? Because their whole thing is Adams County in general.
Right.
It would be branching out from us.
Right. Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Like
sure.
what
yeah.
we're used to, or what we focus on.
Yeah, that's a
so
good
I'm kind
point.
of fascinated by that kind of stuff. So
I am too. I find it very interesting. Adams County is a very interesting history.
Yeah.
Or its contributions to the history here.
Sure.
Studebakers were made here,
Yes. Well,
or what not?
so Studebaker, who made wagons,
Yeah.
is here.
Right.
And I think he relocated to Indiana, I believe, and then it was like his sons that made the cars, but I don't think they were made here, were they?
Well, I don't know. I remember Charlie Fennell telling me that that white building, I think, on the corner of Washington Street and Chambersburg Street was a Studebaker dealership.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you go up Route 15, I forget, it might be the exit for 234, but one of the exits up that way, when you get off, you make a right, and then you make an immediate right, and down that road is where I thought it was a factory that was there at the time.
Oh, okay. Or maybe.
I think it was Charlie Fennell who told me that. I can't remember who it was, but for some reason in my head it's Chaz. So, well, either way, whatever, you know. So listen. A couple of things though I want to tell you guys.
I'm listening.
Okay, thank you. Our buddy Cameron, we want to give Cam a big.
Vaguely sounds familiar.
Well, if you can't remember, maybe this will refresh your memory.
Oh, there's a swamp dragon. Oh, shit.
No,
No?
not ringing a bell.
What about this then?
Otherspoon.
Oh, Cameron. Yes. How could I forget Cameron?
Of course. How could you forget Cam?
Otherspoon. Brodesson.
Anyway, so Cameron.
I can't do my work.
That's not Cam. I hit that by accident. Sorry. Cameron, he had a rough week.
Oh.
He called me on Sunday. Actually, he called me. Then he called me on my phone. Then he called me on Facebook Messenger. Then he called me on my phone again. And then on Facebook Messenger, all within a minute.
Oh, no.
And then he texted me, hey! And then texted me on Facebook Messenger, hey! And then called me again. And this went back and forth for like 5 minutes. And I'm in the shower when this was happening because I was heading up to Cindy's house.
When was that? When was Sunday?
Sunday was before Monday.
So the 19th, 18th, 17th, was that Wait a minute, what's
I don't know.
20th?
I don't know dates.
19th, 18th, 17th. Yeah, so he must have been really desperate because at 4:48 I have a missed call from Cameron Mallow. But there was no
Probably
voicemail or
looking
anything
for
like
you.
that, and I don't know.
Probably trying to get a hold of me because
Probably.
didn't he do that like the
Yes,
week
he's done that,
before? Yeah.
Where's Nat?
So
He was desperate.
he was.
Aw.
But anyway, it was a sad reason. He lost two cousins.
Oh, jeez.
Back to back, one day, one the next.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so he was down in West Virginia. They buried one of them the other day, and they're burying the other one, I think, this Sunday, I think he said.
Oh, my God.
So, all joking aside, we like to tease Cam and joke with Cameron and everything like that, but that's very sad, and we're sorry to hear that, Cameron. We hope that you and your family do well and, recover as best you can from that devastating, that's devastating,
terrible.
2 people in a row.
I mean, were they sick? Do you know?
One had cancer, and the other had died of a heart attack. Cam said.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Condolences, Cameron.
Yeah. So he was here with us yesterday. We were doing a little cleaning here at the studio, and he was kind of relieving the stress. While the rest of us worked slaving over garbage cans and garbage bags and breaking down cardboard boxes, he was showing us video clips of the 1994 movie version of the Beverly Hillbillies. So no, but all joking aside, though, really, that sucks big time. Because I lost 2 cousins, but not one after another. They were a couple years apart. But it sucks because they're well, one of them was like 88. It was like a second cousin, I think. And then the other one was in my age, basically. Yeah. So, that stinks. But anyway, so condolences to Cameron and his family for that loss there. All right, so what else have we got that I want to tell you about? Well, I don't know. Well, what have you been doing? Because we haven't had you back on the show since we came back.
No, but that's only been like 1 week.
2 weeks.
No, you told me the first one was a test run and it didn't count. So technically last week was the first show back.
Okay.
I listened to you.
Okay. I don't remember saying it doesn't go. I think you said I'm not going to make it, and I said I was like, just to make myself feel better. I said, oh, that's okay. It's just a test show. It doesn't count. But really, I'm like,
actually, no. 2 weeks ago, I probably still would have been pretty sick. I was.
Oh, you were.
knocked
That's
out.
correct.
Yeah,
you were
so
still sick. Yeah.
I don't want
right.
to relive like trauma, but I was all geared up for the anniversary. I mean, I had books. I had author schedules and things like that. Tickets to everything on the evenings. Mom and I made it to the event at the Seminary Ridge for their anniversary, their 10-year anniversary, in conjunction with that Friday night.
Oh, you did the Civil War food thing?
Yeah, it was
How was
actually
that?
really cool.
Yeah.
It was really neat. It was a really neat layout. Oh goodness, why can't I think of his name? The guy that used to be on council that owns
Jake
Ragged Edge.
Schindel.
Thank you. They do catering, and they were the ones that did the catering, and it was really neat. There was.
So what did they serve? I was curious about that.
So there was salted pork.
Salt pork, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
But it was good. Veggies like root vegetables,
Okay.
which were really good.
Turnips
mashed
and
potatoes.
and
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
beets.
Yeah, beets. I don't think so. I think it was more like turnips, and I don't think beets were in it.
Battlestar Galactica, bears, beets.
Yeah.
Or is it the other way around? But whatever. Go ahead.
Gosh, what else? Chicken. They had chicken. Hardtack, obviously. That was like the little novelty.
Sure,
Everybody grabbed a piece of hardtack and everything. But then we had some ice cream and cake.
Now, was it Civil War style ice cream, meaning not so smooth?
Well, they actually had, I guess it must have been like maybe flavors from back then. Like there was a rum, butter
raisin?
rum, maybe rum raisin, something like that.
That's not so old. I mean, it might be old, but they had it in the.
Butter rum.
I remember my grandfather used to eat that.
Well,
it was
they
like
could have been.
raisin.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really neat. Pete Mealy, as usual, gave a really nice talk and explained a little bit more of the history of the seminary and the museum, more importantly, because it was their 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then the guest speaker of the night was Dr. Brian Matthew Jordan. We actually, Mom and I kind of skipped out a little bit early because we wanted to make it over to the Reliance Mine because Jim and Eric were having a get together. We just barely caught you and some of the other guys that I recognized, but I guess people were kind of funneling in and out.
Yeah, it was a little cramped, and it was hard to get to the bar. There was only one bartender, and there were like 4 people deep.
It was so loud in there,
But it was nice. It was a good time.
It was a good time. You're right. I saw a lot of people, battlefield guides, yada yada. So, I thought on Saturday morning when I woke up with a sore throat, it was because I was literally for an hour and a half yelling into people's ears so that we could communicate. But it was so loud in there. So I had a little bit of a sore throat Saturday morning. We went to the flag raising that Carolyn Ivanoff coordinated for the 17th Connecticut on Barlow's Knoll there. That event was really nice. It was,
Yes.
very well put together, represented a lot of organizations that supported that.
That's where Major made her debut.
Yes, got to hang out with Major a little bit. And then, man, we went and grabbed something to eat, and I went home to take a nap. And when I woke up, chills and fever and the whole nine, like it just hit me hard. And even now, I was telling you before the show started, I still have a little bit, like my chest kind of feels like almost like tight a little bit, and this little.
And you don't
cough
think it's
still.
COVID?
Okay, so here's my thing, right? I know back in January, I actually tested positive for COVID. I went to one of those little emergency places or whatever, like the Med Express kind of place over in Hanover. They said it's either the flu or COVID. They gave the little nose swab thing, came back, almost instantaneously, and they were like, no, it's COVID. Okay, fine. But at the time, they said what we're doing is treating the symptoms, right? You have chills and fever. You have body aches. Rotate Tylenol and Motrin. If you have a sore throat, treat that with cough syrup or, cough suppressant, that kind of thing. And if it doesn't get worse, just ride it out, because they had something, I don't remember the name of it back then in January, that they were giving, but it had more side effects, and they were really only reserving it for people with like extra comorbidities or extra concerns going on. So I said, okay, fine. So my point of view, I get my bill for the insurance company that what they didn't pick up, $90 or whatever on top of, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what's the purpose of going back? They're just going to tell me, even if it is COVID again,
you know what to do.
They're just going to tell me, so that's what I did. I just rotated the Tylenol and Motrin stuff. Now, in fairness, this is lingering a little bit, much longer than it did in January. But I don't know. I think if it continues, I'm going to have to break down and actually get this looked at, because it's kind of starting to scare me a little bit. Like my throat is still like sore and I still have like a dry cough.
Well, maybe, you were coughing a lot when you had it?
Coughing quite a bit.
When I've been, this might be an over 40 thing, okay? And I hate to let everybody know that she's over 40, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But when I hit 40, I noticed that nothing, like any sickness I got, if it was a cold or whatever, lingered longer, even after I was better.
Yeah.
Like it lingered, and the cough is what lingered.
Yeah.
And when I had COVID, what did I have it, twice or thrice? I had it twice, I suspect a third time. Each time, the cough lasted for months. But it wasn't as bad as when I was in the throes of being sick.
Right.
It was just like a nagging, annoying.
That's exactly,
yeah. And
but this is like the right side of my throat is where it's sore. And it just feels like there's something, like a little bit of a lump or something. I just can't. Too much information, but I can't cough it up. I can't swallow it down. I can't, like, it's just
I've had that on my left side for years, and it comes and goes. So I know it's not cancer. But my doctor says it's like a swollen gland, probably related to allergies and stuff. That Canadian smoke, man, has been choking us out. Like, I'm sure maybe even though, what's that, huh? What'd you say?
He said that's probably not doing you any favors.
Yeah, it's probably irritating what has already been irritated by being sick. But if it was COVID and it's anything like when I had COVID, it's just going to linger for a while. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm sure it's not anything to worry about. Yeah. Dr. Matt has spoken.
Thanks. So anyway, yes, this is my first official show, and
and here we are.
Official Addressing Gettysburg show in this studio.
Do you feel that it's kind of hard? It's got to take a while to get used to it, though, don't you think?
No, I like it. I like it. Room and everything. These chairs, we got to work.
Yeah, we got to work on the
chairs.
chairs.
Sitting about 3 feet above the table because we still have the high top chairs.
I cut the tables. I cut the legs down and didn't think, oh shoot, now I have to get better chairs. That's another $400. So whatever.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
This isn't horrible.
No, it's not.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, and then it's it's gonna take.
See that.
No, you can't see that. A little light bar in the corner there. And we got the bookshelf with Eric Doerr's Fierce Valor on the back there. And then also Jonathan Lucci's The Heavens Falling.
How about him? What a guy, dude.
How about for
him?
letting us do this?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an uber mensch, as they say.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, he is. I mean, he really is. I mean, I've known Eric a long time. And I was really surprised pleasantly when he said, hey, and he ran this by me and he's like, so I'd like to give you space there. And I was like, okay.
It wasn't even you begging. He actually
I didn't even have to I didn't even mention it. Like he came to me out of the blue.
That's amazing.
And yeah, he's been really great about it. And it's funny though. Yesterday, so he's in Paris, or I don't know if I think he's going to Paris, but he's in France, right? And going to Normandy and everything. Because you heard what happened with JD.
I was going to say that just happened.
Okay,
right?
well, but you heard what happened with JD's stuff, right? So they're going back to reshoot everything.
Oh, geez,
I know.
Wow.
So he left yesterday, and the last time they went, right, he's like waiting to board at the airport, and he gets a notification that the alarm went off here, right? And it was me, because he had a code and he gave me a code. But my code, for some reason, not every time, but a couple, I think 3 times when I put the code in, it wouldn't take. And so it was considering the alarm being tripped.
Yeah.
So he's calling over to Cheryl, and he's like, the alarm's going off. Whatever. She comes running over, and then there I am coming out the door, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, okay, just relax. My code's not working.
Yeah.
And, for a while, I think he was trying to blame me. He was trying to say, well, are you sure you're doing it right? I'm like, Eric, there's 2 steps. I press one button, and then I put my code in. Like, come on. And then finally, it was messing up for him, too. And then he believed it. Wow. And so then, so we took care of that. But then, so I'm texting him. I'm like, are you in France yet? And he goes, no, I'm actually waiting to board. He's like, don't set off the alarm. I said, don't worry. I'll do my damnedest not to.
Yeah.
So I wait a day to tell him the next thing that happened, and actually I didn't even tell him. I think Cheryl did. So yesterday we're cleaning, right? And Debbie's here, and Cindy's here, and Cam's here, but Cam had left by this point. And we all have, garbage bags and boxes and things that we all breaking down, and we're going to put them in our cars and take them to a dumpster. And so we all, me, Debbie, Cindy, bring them out, load up our cars, and then I come back in to close up, and Bethany's coming out, and she's like, I locked the door for you, everything's okay. And I said, you locked what door? And she's like, the one to the office. And I go, no, you didn't. And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, I don't have a key to that.
Oh, no.
And she's like, please tell me you're kidding. I'm like, please tell me you're kidding. No. And she's like, no, I'm not kidding. And I was like, oh, shit. And I go, she's like, well, there's no key? What do you mean there's no key? And I said, I don't have a key. Eric has the key, and Eric's in France.
Oh, my God.
And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he's like in France for a week. And I'm like, I can't imagine that, he left the key here. But then I realized, well, wait a minute. There's like a whole bunch of office space in here, and they all have their own key. So maybe he's got a lot of keys. He's not going to bring all the keys over to France. So then that was me panicking. So this morning, I go into the museum, and I'm like, you don't happen to have a key to my studio, do you? And so the girl downstairs, she calls up to Cheryl, and Cheryl comes to the top of the stairs and looks down at me. She's like, what happened?
Oh my God.
I feel like a child.
Yeah.
So I go, it's not my fault. Somebody thought they were doing the right thing. They didn't know. I said, so I tell her the number of the room, and she goes up and gets the key and gives it to me, and I unlock it. It's no problem. I was ready to take the doors off the hinge.
So what you're saying is we're not going to be here very long. We're
going to get kicked out. Not because I want to be, but because we're just such idiots that, I'm an idiot, and I'll just wear out my welcome that way. But anyway, so Bethany, poor Beth, she felt so bad. I forgot. I should have texted her and said, if you're worried, don't worry. I got the key. Everything's okay. But I didn't think of it because I needed to do some things. And so I just got down to that. And she texted me later, and she's like, she goes, did you manage to get in? If not, I'll pay for a locksmith. I feel so bad. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I said, no, I got in fine. Everything's okay. No need for a locksmith. No need to feel bad about it. So that's what happened with that story there. So we almost didn't have a show again. And I'm like, man, this is like, we're cursed all of a sudden, because every time we try to do a show, you've got dengue fever, the electricity. I mean, remember all winter?
Oh, yeah.
The electricity over at the Getty's Bike studio.
The mouse eating.
The mouse peeing on the thing or whatever the hell it did. Yeah. And we had to wait for that component. And so I had to record show. It's really amazing. And I have to really, honestly, I tip my hat to Dave Bussiere for this, because he scheduled me, basically 2 shows a day for 3 days a week. And if he hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't have done many shows because it was like, had to use a propane heater. and batteries for the recorder. Which, thank God, the recorder takes batteries, but it eats them up really fast over here.
Oh, yeah.
It eats them up really fast. And I spent like $300 on batteries, maybe even more now that I think about it, because that was like 2 months that we had it. And I went through those, and those are like those big like 20 packs or whatever they are. So, yeah, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. And I have a feeling it's not going to get any better until God knows when. But anyway, that's the story with all that stuff there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little bit of a break in a moment here because, well, we need to. And also, we're doing a short show. We're just one break because we have got about a half hour left before Ronnie needs to depart.
Wow.
And you know, we'll do that. So what we're going to do is take that break. If you have something that you'd like to call in and do, I was saying, and that's what I started saying before in the drive video that I was doing. I was saying to everybody, there's really no agenda for today, but we got this phone line, thanks to our patrons over at patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg. And, I like to hear from people. I want to hear their voices. I don't want to read their comments as much as I want to hear what they have to say. So give us a call, 717-420-1978, if you want to. No, even if you don't want to. Give us a call, check in with us, talk to us, tell us what's going on in your life, whatever, any questions, anything you want to talk about, is bring us on, and all that other stuff. So why don't we do this? We'll take our break now and return after the break. We'll be right back.
Want to promote your Gettysburg business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention Addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysbike.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Over 1 million total downloads and counting. You're back with AG Today.
We're just looking at the comments here, ladies and gentlemen.
Comment section.
Who did it? What was it there? Here now. Who said it? Here. Estimated profit. It's not an exact profit. He's an estimated profit. He says, teacher symposium this last weekend at the college. Many people sent home in dorms with COVID.
Wow.
Are you talking Gettysburg College? See, I wish you'd call in.
Yeah, it was here.
Estimated profit.
Gilder Lehrman Teachers and was here. There was another one, though, going on at the same time with the American Battlefield Trust, and they ran out of, Baltimore for the most part, my understanding was. But the one here at the college, yeah, because I saw Dr. Blight in town, who's like, I actually chased him down on Saturday night. I left ABC and saw him walk past the window and ran out and got him before he got to the Heritage Center. And I was like, Dr. Blight. I don't know. He's my hero. He's awesome. Reconstruction. Wrote the Pulitzer Prize winning book on Frederick Douglass not long ago. Race and Reunion.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, super cool dude. But
so you chased him down and gave him COVID?
No.
Oh.
No, this was just this past Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I know they were in town for sure. So if he's talking about at the college, it has to be this one, which is the Gilder Lehrman Teacher Symposium.
Estimated profit. I thought we were going to hang out and have a few beers at the campsite or something like that. Wasn't it you that said something about doing that while you were here? I don't remember. But unfortunately, we didn't do it, obviously.
Was he sent home? He or she sent home?
I assume it's a he. He has a Grateful Dead thing for his...
What's that supposed to mean?
The chicks don't like the dead.
Touch of gray?
I don't know. Touch of gray. Yeah, that's it. Touch of gray. That was the big one. So that's so I didn't hear that. Isn't it funny how you had the Rona, John Eric had the Rona, college people at the college had the Rona and was sent home, and it's like nobody cares anymore. It's like, remember, like everything had to like stop, and then now it's just like, oh yeah, I got COVID.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's a cold. Oh yeah, or well, you might have had dengue fever. I think Kathy brought something home. So we didn't get to talk about Kathy's Mexico trip.
Yeah.
I really next time next week, let's when we have like a normal full length show, let's ask Kathy to call. Well,
next week is the round table.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, I am joining the round table. I'm running for office.
Asking you to.
No. I'm joining it to sabotage it. I'm joining it. I'm going to run for office. I'm going to get